Hey everybody, this is Peter B, and this is another episode of Tobacco Card Tuesday. This episode also happens to be a VR to Rick at Vintage Oddball Cards. He recently showed backs of cards. Sometimes the backs were very nice and should be looked at. And I told him I'd take him up on the challenge, although it wasn't a strong challenge. I don't think he actually made a challenge, but I said, I'll challenge you, and I'm going to show you tobacco cards with various backs. So, first one I want to show you is the 1887 to 1890 N172, the old Judge cards from Goodwin and Company. These were basically photos pasted onto a cardboard backing. So their backs are just this plain cardboard looking backs. One of the earlier cards. And this happens to be Old Hoss Radburn, Hall of Famer, tagging out a player. And obviously these were staged in a studio. You can see the studio floor and the studio walls. But 1887 to 1890 N172 Old Judge. And their backs look like this. Now, as the competition started to mount among different companies with tobacco cards, they started using lithograph technology, and this era produced the most beautiful cards ever. My opinion, they're better than all those smart and sparkly cards because they stand the test of time, and as long as you don't dirty them up and get sunshine to fade them, they're just gorgeous cards. So this is an 1887 N28 Allen and Ginter, and it's featuring Hall of Famer John Ward. And the backs, like most of the tobacco card backs of this era, is a checklist. You can see there were baseball players, oarsmen, wrestling, etc. And this is very typical back of this era tobacco cards. And many different brands and companies would have some sort of checklist. Next one I want to show you, and it's kind of an unusual back, but it's pretty neat, is the 1895 N300 Mayo's cut plug cards. And this is a picture of Hugh Duffy, a Hall of Famer. Mayo cut plug. And their backs are black, which is pretty cool. Sets it apart from just the cardboard blank backs. They have these black backs. And I'll show you a black back with printing. This is a 1900 Richmond and Cavendish from the Yacht series. And these were made in England. But their backs are gorgeous. It has that same black back, but it has the gold print. Very nice, really stands out. Now in that same series of Yachts by Richmond Cavendish, same series, they also made white backs. So both series would either have black backs or white backs. And I personally like the black backs much better. Now Doug at Decon, he showed a black back little roadie card, and that was just gorgeous. Made me real jealous. I've never seen a black back. I believe it also had gold letter, and it was very ornate. I forget what the front was, because actually I like the back better. Little roadie. Doug at Decon has that. Oops, sorry. And a few tobacco cards really went all out in their backs. This is a 1890 N120 Honest Long Cut from the Bridges series. So the series would depict different bridges. This is the Poughkeepsie Bridge in New York, but the backs are what makes the card. Very ornate. The word honest is spelled out into a bridge. Honest Long Cut. I personally like the backs better than the fronts on these cards. That's real neat. Beautiful, beautiful back. Once again, real nice lithograph technology. Getting into some baseball again. We have the 1910 T211 Red Sun. And this is a player. They did minor leagues down south. You see the player is Nashville. His name is Bernhard. They have these unique lime green borders and these cool backs. Very, very nice looking back. The baseball players of the Southern Association. And they were made in New Orleans. Nice back, these Red Suns. So 1910 T211. Another cool back is the 1911 E92 Crofts Cocoa. This one depicts Johnny Evers, Hall of Famer. And the cool thing about this back is it shows the jar of Crofts Swiss Milk Cocoa. Real nice advertising on this back. Another cool looking back is the 1910 E105, the Mellow Mint. And this is Danny Murphy of the Philadelphia A's. But the back has this nice green Smith's Mellow Mint, the Texas Gum. This actually came with a piece of gum. A very cool back. It shows the mint leaves, mint plant, and the nice green mint print. Okay, now we're going to switch gears a little. The T206 series are back fanatics. Some people collect the cards, particular cards, not for the player, but for the back. And some backs are worth a lot more money than other backs, depending on the brand of cigarette. So we're going to start with, this is T206, 1909 to 1911. And this is Piedmont back, showing Frank Home Run Baker. And I love this card. Love the blue, love the green. I love the fact it's an action shot. And what people also collect It has a fairly common, or one of the most common, Piedmont, 350 subjects. And if you look real close, try to get in focus, it's factory number 25. And that actually does make a difference. The 350 subjects with the factory number do make difference as far as T206s. So a nice card of Home Run Baker, Piedmont, factory 25. And Mr. Home Run Baker again. It says Piedmont. But in this case, it's 350 to 460 subjects. So this came out after the first one I showed you. Piedmont, common back, also factory number 25. So the difference being the series. This one came out first, 350. 350 to 460. And we got factory number 25. Both are from factory 25. But then we got this one. Our friend Home Run Baker. This is factory 42. Same 350 to 460, but it's factory 42. So there were 3 different Piedmont Home Run Bakers, but they actually are different as far as T206 collectors because of their backs. Another common back is the Sweet Copperelle. Once again, the 350 subjects. There's also a 150 subject, but Frank Baker wasn't in that series. He didn't come out until the second print of the 350. And Sweet Copperelle. And factory 30. One thing to note, notice there's a stamping on this, 3 stars, probably stamped around 1911 or so. People also collect the stamps if there are multiple. Sometimes it's a stamp of people's name. Sometimes it's a little graphic like the 3 stars. So they try to collect the same stamp to try to rebuild that collection of the person from way back when. But I'm showing you this because it's Sweet Copperelle 350, factory 30. And there's another Sweet Copperelle. Focus better. This time it's the 350 to 460. Once again, factory 25. And it says new baseball series because they did add new players in the 350 and new players in the 460. They also carried over some, like Mr. Baker here. So that was factory 25. Once again, 350 to 460. This time it's factory 42. And here's another one. $350 to $460, factory 42, same as the prior one, but it has an overstrike. So these are considered different cards because of the overstrike. Now, not too rare a back, more rare than the Piedmont and Sweet Copperelle, but it's still plentiful. A lot of people, this is their favorite T206 back, and that's Polar Bear. I have this dark blue back with the white print. our friend Home Run Baker. This back is more on the rare side, not the rarest, but pretty rare. That's Tolstoy, the Russian mouthpiece cigarette. Now, very similar to T206s, and some people think they should be in the same set considered, but they are considered. They were classified as a different set, and this is the 1914 T213, and it's Type 2. I think Type 1 had black printing. You can see this is blue. And it did have a different look in back. So this is coupon cigarettes made in New Orleans. And this is a T213 Type 2. I don't have a Type 1. And there was also a Type 3. Once again, the blue print instead of the black. And a different looking back. So Type 2, Type 3, and I don't have a Type 1 for Home Run Baker. I think he's in it, and I think it's very, very expensive. Now, another very cool series that our friend Home Run Baker was in from 1910 to 1913, the T215 Red Cross. Cool back that they have the Red Cross in the Red Cross type. 100 baseball designs. So you can see T206 collectors collect backs. So to them, backs are very important as well as the front. I'm going to have one more to show you. And it's my favorite backs. It's also my favorite set of cards. And that's the T205s. I like them because of the gold borders. The National League players look like this, and this is Christy Mathewson. And the American League players had a baseball diamond surrounding them. And the minor leaguers were more colorful and action poses. So this is Christy Mathewson. And the reason I like the backs is because it's the first one to show stats. Has a little bio about Christopher Mathewson, and then shows stats for the last 3 years. Very, very cool backs. First of its kind. My favorite back, and my favorite set. Now, T205 collectors go crazy over errors. I actually have Christy Mathewson without the error. It's in a box in one of my closets. I guess I didn't go into the right closet and pull the right box. So I can't show you, so I apologize for that. But this one is the one that has the error. A regular Christy Mathewson, probably high hundreds in this condition. Maybe a little lower because it says it's a 1. But it's a kind of a beat up one, but it's an expensive card. This one has the error. So put another 0 behind the price of the card. The error is only on the cycle backs. Other brands of Mathewson did not have the error. Only cycle did. and every cycle has the error. And the error is, in 1910, his record was 37 and 11. Very impressive one-loss record, but Cycle wanted to make him better than he was, and they printed 37 and 1. So you can see, 1908. In 1908, he won 37 and lost 1. That should be an 11. And once again, it's only on the Cycle cigarettes. So you can see baseball card backs can be just as popular as the fronts. And like I said, this is a VR for Rick at Vintage Oddball Cards. Definitely check out his channel. I assume if you're watching me, you know about Rick, but Rick has a fabulous collection. So I thank you very much. If you liked it and got any information, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.